What's going on, guys? G-Harp here. Today I want to talk about something. I mentioned it a little bit in my last video, and that is, what are we going to play competitively now that Halo 2 Anniversary is looking pretty decent for competitive play? Now, if you guys haven't seen yet, at PAX they had a sweet competition. There's about 8 teams there, I think. Yeah, about 8 teams. And some really, really old school, awesome pros. Hysteria, Got Your Pistola, Snipe Down, Ace. There's tons and tons of older people there. Really, really good players. And it was freaking awesome to see them out and playing Halo again. I know a lot of them have kind of left the scene a little bit, so it's nice to see them come back. I just wish Ogre 2 would have been there, maybe Walshy. That would have really set it back to the way it was and give you some really, really old school feel there. But they played this at PAX. They played only 3 maps. They played Ascension, Lockout, and Sanctuary. Now, Ascension has never really been used for a competitive map, but at this point we don't have a ton of maps out, so they had to throw it in. Now, with the fact that they're bringing Sanctuary back, Lockout, and Ascension's okay, brings up the question, are we going to stay with the old Halo 2 and Halo 3 for competitive play, or are we going to make the transition to Halo 2 Anniversary? Now, in my opinion, I think we should still stick with Halo 2 and Halo 3. Now, my personal favorite on the matter would be Halo 2. I think it's the most fun game. I think it's the most competitive out of the series, the most team-oriented. It's one of those where you can't just go insane with just one person. You have to have your whole team clicking at one time. I think it provided some of the best gameplay footage ever. If you've never seen Carbon versus Final Boss in 2006 and 2007, go check that shit out. It is ridiculous. There's some absolutely absurd gameplay from the top couple teams. Final Boss montages are awesome. Carbon, straight ripping. Storm Ventures, which had Legit and Nated and a couple others. You got to go check that stuff out if you guys weren't around for Halo 2. Absolutely unbelievable gameplay. I mean, it was even on the USA Network, for God's sakes. That's how crazy it was. I mean, yeah, and if you have some free time, go watch those old episodes. They're hilarious. Sundance is in them. They do all these really like hardcore pieces on some of the players and stuff. It's awesome. It's really funny. But that's my opinion. I like Halo 2 the most for competitive play, but in my heart, I think Halo 3 will probably be what gets played. Now, the reason I say this is because many, many people that are still in the scene came around when Halo 3 was something. It was freaking huge. If you guys weren't around for MLG days of Halo 3 would sell 256 team passes in about an hour. And that's how crazy it used to be. The decline happened when Reach came out, but Halo 3 was always absolutely enormous. You had tons of people tuning in. Twitch wasn't a thing yet, really. You had a little Justin TV and stuff, but Twitch really wasn't even a thing. Streaming wasn't really a thing other than the LAN network, which is way ahead of its time. Props to those guys. That was absolutely crazy stuff they were doing. But you still got big numbers on MLG, even though pros couldn't stream or they couldn't do anything like that most of the time. And it was also a very, very fun game. The competition was very, very good. I don't think it played as well as Halo 2, but the audience was there, and that's really all that matters. Now, that's probably what'll happen, just because of that enormous audience. But I don't think you can take away from Halo 2 that it was the best competitor for 4v4. I just hope that they consider Halo 2 and not just Halo 2 Anniversary. Because when we're talking competitions, we need developer support. You look at Call of Duty, you look at League of Legends, you look at those. The developers support what they make. Treyarch for Call of Duty, Sledgehammer for Call of Duty, Riot for League of Legends. They all support the game that they produce, and that's really what we need. Now, if 343 is going to support Halo 2 Anniversary, that's what we're going to have to play. Unless you get other people throwing tournaments like UMG or maybe MLG, we don't know. But we need developer support for whichever game we play. And if that is Halo 2 Anniversary, I won't be too excited about it, but I'll be happy Halo is back and being played on a competitive level. I'd be a lot more stoked if Halo 2 were chosen, but I think we might be at a point where Halo 2 Anniversary is the one that might be played, especially for 343 tournaments competitively. I hope they come out with some more competitive maps, because having 3 or 4 maps just isn't enough to play a good tournament on. It gets old, it gets boring to watch for everybody. But if that's what it needs to take, I'll support it. But I'm really hoping Halo 2 or Halo 3 is the one chosen. Those are more fun to me. Granted, I haven't played Halo 2 Anniversary yet. It looks pretty good, but I still think those two more classic games should be played competitively. What do you guys think? Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 2 Anniversary, what do you guys think is going to be played? Drop me a comment on there. I'm kind of interested to hear what everybody else has to say about it. And once again, guys, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you like what I do. I really appreciate it. As always, take her easy.